After what happened last month, ladies and gentlemen, we did the greatest pound for pound boxers in the current era of the first century of the 2020s. Well, not the first century of the 2000s or 2010s, just the 2000s, just boxers that are champions or pound for pound greatest in 2025. But guys, let's be honest. When it comes to heavyweight boxing, these 24 names made history. Now, guys, I did have to do a random number generator on spinning all of the 24 names on the wheels from number 1 to number 24. Started first and last. And I'm surprised, I got a little bit surprised that there's some interesting names here that deserve to be in the district and some that are just random and they don't deserve to be there. I guess District 3 kind of makes sense, and District 6 does make sense. And, well, when it comes to, maybe District 9, I guess, but depending on how that started, and, well, and the rest, well, I don't think it really matters, because these are the greatest boxers in the 20th century, and mostly before the 20th century. Because boxing became a bigger thing in professional boxing since they got rid of bare knuckle by 1889 during the last bare knuckle boxing. So, yeah, by 1890 to 1999, here are the greatest of all time. And yes, Lennox Lewis did retire on in 2003, and of course, Riddick Bowe did some part-time fights in the 2000s. And for blah, 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 yes, Mike Tyson, yeah, Evander Holyfield, just ignore. These are the greatest heavyweight champions of the world. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, says it all. In District 1, we got Muhammad Ali, a 3-time world heavyweight champion, multitude of undisputed champions in his back. In District next to him, we have Evander Holyfield, former undisputed cruiserweight and undisputed heavyweight champion, 4-time heavyweight champion to break the record and still holds that record to this day. And maybe he'll be a 5-time champion because the WBF belt in 2010, that still counted. In District 2, we have Mike Tyson, 2-time heavyweight undisputed champion, followed by Ingemar Johansson, the only Swedish heavyweight championship boxer that defeated Floyd Patterson in his first comeuppance in 1959. Or I'd say 1960, but yet again, they did have 3 trilogy fights, and Patterson won them all. In District 3, we have, we had a past prime fighter and an up-and-coming star, Ken Norton and Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes defeated Ken Norton by a close 15-round split decision by all of the closest in their history, and what a great moment to see them together. In District 4, we have John L. Sullivan, bare knuckle champion, world Queensberry champion, American, and the first ever professional boxing champion in history. With Floyd Patterson, again, 2-time. The first time 2-time heavyweight champion in boxing. In District 5, we have Ezzard Charles, another heavyweight champion in the 50s. Technically still in the 50s. Followed by Jack Dempsey, a huge killer that actually took out a large, tall dude after the First World War to become heavyweight champion. In District 6, we have Jack Johnson that defeated Tommy Burns in 1908 to become the first African-American champion. And even though Tommy Burns, he was the first Canadian champion and the first boxer to defend the belt more than 10 times in his career. First ever boxer to defend 10 times. And at 5'7", I'm surprised he actually managed to hold it. He defended it for over 2 years in his career for over 10 times. Maybe 11 times, but yeah, crazy. In District 7, we have Max Baer. Not the character from Beverly Hillbillies, but I'm actually thinking of doing a TV show Hunger Games thing, but we'll get to that some other time. Followed by Jersey Joe Walcott. With all that being said, with Max Baer, heavyweight champion in the 1930s against Primo Carnera, lost against Cinderella Man, and of course, Jersey Joe Walcott, a huge underdog story, jobber that became a journeyman fighter, came out of nowhere and did the unbelievable against his rematch against Ezzard Charles. What an amazing story. In District 8, we have Sonny Liston, a really tough dude, one of the hardest hitters in boxing at the time, with Max Schmeling, the first and maybe still a legit heavyweight champion in Germany. Yeah, even though Mahmoud Achar became WBA regular heavyweight champion, which I still include for the fun of it, Max Schmeling is still the only heavyweight champion originally, even undisputed. Just like Sonny Liston, Max Baer, and Joe Walcott. Yeah, back in those days, there was just the WBA version of the NBA and the New York State Athletic Commission. Those were the only two belts. Yeah. And fun fact, Max Schmeling had one of the belts vacated at the time when he was champion, but then got the belt back from him sometime later, which meant that Max Schmeling is the first ever boxer to become two-time undisputed heavyweight champion. So, yeah, look that up on Wikipedia. It's crazy. In District 9, we have Joe Frazier and George Foreman. And if you have anything to say about these guys in the 70s, no comment. What unbelievable stars they have and amazing storytelling for both. In District 10, we have Joe Louis and Lennox Lewis. A guy that became the Browns bomber and one becoming a British champion, born in British, but lived to move in Canada at the time, where he took up boxing and represented Canada in the '88 Olympic Games, where he defeated the fighter to become gold medalist and years later would become three-time champion. That fighter he won against in the Olympic Games was none other than undisputed champion Riddick Bowe in District 11. Even though they never fought in the pros, it's going to be great to see what's going to happen to them. And don't forget Rocky Marciano, the White Hope. Yeah, at this moment, you have the Italian White Hope living in Boston, in Massachusetts. You have Max Schmeling, the German White Hope. Well, technically the German White Hope of Germany. Yeah. Jack Dempsey, who knows? And of course, Jack Johnson, the fighter that lost his title. He lost the title against the tall dude, and that would become the first White Hope. Ingemar Johansson was part of the Swedish White Hope. So, yeah, I can't say much about all those White Hopes. Yeah, there's a lot. We have a Mexican White Hope named Andy Ruiz. Great moment. We have John Ruiz, the Puerto Rican White Hope, which is crazy because he was also born in northeast of America, of the United States. Also in District 12, we got Gene Tunney and James J. Jeffries, which a lot of people consider as being the greatest boxer of all time. Yeah, even at his time. But you know what? It's been over 8 minutes. Let's break it down. With the podium, so... Oops. Wait a minute. I forgot to, Oh, yeah, I forgot. I gotta use all the same nickname. Forgot. Same nickname. Okay, that got me. Okay, let's do that again. Okay. Oh, it changed. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. As the tribute stand in the podiums and the horn sounds, Muhammad Ali runs away from the cornucopia, followed by Floyd Patterson. Max Baer snatches a pair of saves with Riddick Bowe running away. Ken Norton follows suit with Larry Holmes clutching a first aid kit, which he really does need. John L. Sullivan has to grab a backpack to retreat. Ezzard Charles sets off an explosive, taking out Jack Johnson and Sonny Liston. That's going to affect the competition on those two. Tommy Burns runs away with Joe Frazier, Lennox Lewis. Jersey Joe Walcott finds a bow and arrows and a quiver. Rocky Marciano runs away from the cornucopia with Joe Louis and George Foreman. Evander Holyfield rips the mace out of Ingemar Johansson's hands, which is going to be interesting because these two haven't met, I think. Mike Tyson runs away while Jack Dempsey snatches a pair of saves. And James J. Jeffrey clutches a first aid kit. Max repeatedly stabs Gene Tunney. Huh. Considering Max Schmeling and Gene Tunney never boxed against each other, Gene Tunney retired in 28, and then a couple years later, Schmeling became champion, so by disqualification against another guy, also lived in the United States of New England, so you can look him up if you know who I'm talking about. James J. Jeffries explores the arena while Mike Tyson scares Tommy Burns off. Wow. Rocky Marciano thinks about home while Vander Holyfield receives a hatchet. Igamar Johansson constructs a shack while George Foreman injures himself. Jack, Joe, and John hunt for other tributes. Ezra Charles receives Queen Water while Floyd Patterson runs away from Max Schmeling. Ken Norton discovers a cave. Lennox Lewis hunts for other tributes. Jersey collects fruit. Riddick is picked by thorns. Ali, Larry, Joe, and Max hunt for other tributes. Man, only 3 people are out. Unbelievable. Floyd receives an explosion while John is fending away from his fire with the Jersey, Joe Walcock, and Joe. Frazier and Ali. Ooh. Max Baer tries to treat his infection while Mike Tyson and Lex Lewis tell stories about themselves to each other. Riddick Bowe cries himself to sleep while Jack, James, Evander, and Schmeling tell stories, ghost stories. Oh, and Rocky Marciano bleeds out due to injury. Yeah, do we have any problems with them fighting or something? We don't know what happened to Rocky Marciano. Something happened there. Hope there's no virus in the arena. Larry Holmes passes out from exhaustion while Igamar also fends away from the fire with Joe, Ezra, and Tommy. Ken questions his insanity while George screams for help. We're only in the first night and Rocky bleed out? That's crazy. George begs for Tommy to kill him and refuses, keeping Joe Louis alive. Like, why would you? He's a bronze bomber. Why would Tommy Burns do that? Max Baer is picked by thorns while picking berries. George makes a slingshot. Wow, Max Schmeling sets off an explosion, taking out Larry Holmes and Jack Dempsey. Oh, wow. Damn. Riddick Bowe, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson, Jersey Joe Walcock all hunt for other tributes. Surprising that they never fought each other. Well, yeah, different eras. James J. Jeffries makes a wooden spear. Ken Norton sprains his ankle while running away from the Boston Strong Boy there. Woo! Vander Holyfield chases Lennox Lewis while Floyd travels the higher ground. But look at this. Muhammad Ali receives fresh food, which he needs. Well, Igamar Johansson will accidentally detonate a landmine, and that's going to be end for the Swedish boxer there. While Ezra Charles travels the higher ground. And look at this. The arena event with monkey mutts are filling the arena. How bad is this going to get? And we're only 2 days in the competition right now, so we don't know how many people are going to die from this. We already know this. Jersey Joe Walcock injures Tommy Burns and leaves him for the monkey mutts. And James J. Jeffries does the same thing for Ezard. Holyfield, Lewis will survive. Okay, damn. Oh, well, this is this is unusual. Ali uses Joe Frazier as a shield. Damn. George dies from internal bleeding. Ooh, dang. That stinks. John injures John L. Sullivan. Wow. What the Iron Mike Tyson did there. Max uses... Wow. Wow. What a trilogy match here. What a trilogy match here. Max Schmeling defeats Joe Louis for the first time a few years ago by a crazy knockout in the 11th round in their first meeting. Comes back. Joe Louis becomes champion against the Cinderella Man of James Braddock. Comes out a couple years later, defends the title, and then during the start of the Second World War, they have a rematch. Louis knocks out Schmeling 3 times in the first round to become champion. Well, defend the champion. And look at this. Their third and final meeting, and Max Schmeling gets the victory back. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You just can't make this stuff up. It's just crazy. Oh boy. Riddick Bowe survives with Ken Norton. I'm surprised that he's still in the competition for a long time, so who knows what's going to happen to him. Max Baer dies from internal bleeding. Ooh, same with Floyd Patterson. Oh, man. Only considering how 3 cannon shots were used in the first, 12 are gone. Man, over half the tributes. 15 people are gone, and look at all these great names. crazy. Lennox Lewis begs for Riddick Bowe. Okay. I really don't know why, but I guess Riddick Bowe decides to think it's not a good idea for him to do it without a fight, so he just keeps him alive. Just like, come on, Lennox, don't give up that easily. We're just starting. And look at this. Mike Tyson is under attack from Jeffries, Schmeling, and Holyfield. Man, everyone is attacking people and the others fending them away from the fire. That's crazy. Unbelievable. Muhammad Ali receives an explosive. Jersey screams for help, and Norton looks at the night sky. Interesting names of fighters that are still in the competition. Well, not anymore. Cornucopia feast is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memories from the tribute's family. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to it because Walcott decides not to go. And James J. Jeffries takes out the only British boxer and Canadian heavyweight champion as well, Lennox Lewis. He catches him off guard. Riddick Bowe and Max Schmeling decide to work together, which is probably for the best. Like, the war is over, so why not? Mike Tyson and Ken Norton get into a fight for a raw meat, and, well, Ken Norton knows better to just leave Mike Tyson alone. Let him, just don't take his meat away, I'll tell you that. And look at this, Muhammad Ali decapitates, Vander Holyfield with a sword. Damn. And we're in day 3, Max Schmeling constructs a shack. And again, even though Jersey Joe also has an explosive from an unknown sponsor, these 5 are just... Well, actually, these 4 raid Muhammad Ali's camp while he's hunting. Dang, from Bowe, Norton, even Jeffries and Tyson. Dang, that's crazy. So, in night 3, Riddick Bowe attempts to start a fire. Fails. Norton tracks down and kills Jersey Joe Walcott. Mike Tyson decides to question his insanity. While Max Schmeling, Muhammad Ali, and James J. Jeffrey discuss the game. What might happen in the morning. Considering that all of these fighters are American except Max Schmeling, I don't know how Max Schmeling is going to survive this. Come to day 4, and Mike Tyson also gets an explosive, so this is going to be fun. Max Schmeling gets medical supplies, which is far better than explosives. Depends. Ken Norton sprains his ankle while running away from Riddick Bowe, while Muhammad Ali makes a slingshot, and James J. Jeffries cannot handle the circumstances. And look at that, guys. Alright, guys, a couple more tributes are gone. Here we go, 5 more to go. Max Schmeling, Ken Norton, Mike Tyson discuss the game and what might happen in the morning. Riddick Bowe convinces Muhammad Ali to snuggle with him. Okay. Muhammad Ali diverts Mike Tyson's attention, runs away. Ken Norton questions his insanity with Riddick Bowe running away from Max Schmeling. And after that, we come to night 5. Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali run into each other, and, well, they decide to truce. Ken Norton dies from hypothermia, and Riddick Bowe sets off the explosive, taking out Max Schmeling. And that is all the African-American of everyone here, America's ready to do. And Mike Tyson makes a swing shot, but doesn't need to use it because Riddick Bowe accidentally detonates a landmine. And Muhammad Ali bleeds out due to untreated injuries. And after 6 days, wow, and the Iron Mike Tyson, with only 1 kill, conquers the heavyweight division. Whew! That is unbelievable. Look at all these fighters. Even the greatest had to be gone early, and it is what it is. Like, Ezzard Charles had a good start in the beginning part with a couple points with Jersey Joe as well, and with only once. And look at all the other last 7. They were just scoring points after points, from Jeffries getting 2, Norton 1. But Max Schmeling got 4 straight points totaled, from Bo 1 to Ali 2. But man, only one winner. And the arena event even had some causes there. Just the beginning part just had some players dying in the bloodbath. And it's like, after night 1 was this, and barely day 2, nothing much happened except explosives and such. Man, the arena event sure caused a lot of havoc. And not even a lot of people were actually... Just goes to show you, scoring a knockout against these guys in the Hunger Games is hard enough already. But look at that, guys. Oh, man. I can say this, though. With 14 total points there. Good job for Max Schmeling, making things interesting there. But, man, yeah, man, what an unbelievable win, guys. Congratulations, Mike Tyson. Whatever you people have in store for me, go for it, because this is history. That's all I can say. So thank you, viewers, for watching this, and make sure you love every single bit of these guys, because these are the 24 greatest heavyweight champions of all time. Thank you, viewers, for watching, and until then, the Fox Wolf says, out.